Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat with Pat. I'm your host, Patricia Peters, and I'm so grateful you've chosen to spend a little part of your day with me. This is more than just another live stream. It's a place where hearts connect, stories inspired, lessons are shared, and lives are transformed. Here we laugh together, we learn together, we grow together, and sometimes we even cry together. Because every story carries a lesson, every challenge carries a purpose, and every conversation has the power to change someone's life. So whether you're joining us from across the street or across the world, welcome. Grab your favorite cup of coffee, invite a friend, join the conversation, and let's make these next few minutes truly meaningful. This is Chat with Pat, where real conversations create real connections, and every conversation leaves a lasting impact. Welcome, everyone. Good night, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? How are you guys doing? It's Monday night, and welcome to Chat with Pat. I'm your host, Patricia Peters, and for those who are seeing me for the first time, I am Patricia Peters. I am a Guyanese immigrant living in the US for 27 years. I was born in Guyana. I was 27 when I left Guyana. I've been living 27 years in America. I'm a mom, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a neighbor, and most of all, I'm your friend tonight. Yes, and I am a business entrepreneur. I've been an English teacher in Guyana. I came to the United States. I became a nanny for 5 years in Manhattan. Then I moved upstate for 17 years. I was a banker from teller to universal banker to relationship banker. I I was a lead trainer for Plug Power, where I do all their certifications and their new hire process and classes and everything. And now I will come to a realization that what am I doing with my life? Whose empire am I building? Where is my empire? So it wasn't too late to start over. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building my own empire by being my own boss and owning my own business. I am a digital entrepreneur. Yes, at 56, this is what I do, guys. Well, I'm not 56 yet, but in a few months. Anyway, tonight, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And my topic for tonight, 5 reasons with Pat. This is a series going on now. 5 reasons with Pat. 5 reasons I did yesterday why marriages are failing, right? Tonight, I'm doing 5 reasons why people are not traveling and how to change that. You see, I'm taking it one notch at a time, one step at a time with the family. Now we got everybody back together. All the husbands and wife are mended up last night. They're not divorcing, they're not breaking up, they're not fighting, they're not quarreling, but they're together. And that's a happy feeling, right? Did you guys all make up last night with that message? I hope so. Let me just close this door real quick, guys. Because I don't want the big man to wake up and then he has to go to work in the morning. All right. So 5 reasons why people are not traveling and how to change that. How many places have you promised yourself you would visit someday? I have a list. I have a list. And I have another list here. And then I have another list over there. How many years have passed while you kept working, paying bills, right? We're paying the bills, right? handling responsibilities, and waiting for the perfect time. Here is the truth. Sometimes the greatest distance between you and the life you want is not measured in miles, it's measured in excuses. That's it. Right, Rada? Excuses. Right, Rave? Yep, Davy? Excuses. Hello, beautiful people. I am Patricia Peters, and welcome to 5 Reasons with Pat, the series where we don't simply identify the problem, we understand why it happens, how it affects our lives, and what can we do to change it. Today, we're dissecting it. Today, we're discussing 5 reasons why people are not traveling and how to stop postponing the experience you deserve. Reason number 1, they believe travel is too expensive. The moment some people hear the word travel, I just got invited to a trip in Florida. Someone is given someone in our family air tickets, a resort, and everything for 8 people. The moment some people hear the word travel, they imagine first class flights, luxury resorts, expensive restaurants, and thousands of dollars, right? But that is not the only way to travel. Why is this belief damaging? Because it convinces ordinary people that travel is only for the wealthy. They compare their lives to luxury vacations on social media and never investigate what is actually affordable. The solution? Redefine travel. A day trip counts. A weekend in a nearby town counts. Visiting a museum, beach, festival, landmark, or historical location counts. Choose one realistic destination, calculate the costs, and begin a small travel fund. Even $10 a week becomes more than $500 in one year. Stop saying, I can't afford to travel before you have researched what is possible. Start where you are and use what you have. Number 2 reason, they keep waiting for more time. You know, time and tide waits for no man. People say, I'm too busy. I can't take 2 weeks off. I can't take 2 weeks off. I'll travel when work slows down. But listen carefully. Free time rarely arrives by itself. No free time is going to come and say, hey, Pammy, Pammy Miller, I'm here. I am free time. Come take me, girl. If you do not protect your time, another responsibility will always claim your free time, right? Why is that damaging? Because years can disappear while you continue working, paying bills, solving everyone else's problems, and promising yourself that you will enjoy it later. I'll have I have some sad news for you. Promises are like eggs, they're easily broken. You even broke promises that you made to yourself. But later is not guaranteed. Every time you tell yourself, I'll take care of Tom, Dick, and Harry, and I'll take care of me last, that time will never comes. It is later is not guaranteed. Here's the solution. Stop waiting for 2 week vacation. The whole year you work and you wait for 2 weeks. Begin with 2 days. Start 2 days vacation. Plan a weekend getaway. Attach one vacation day to a holiday weekend. That's what I used to do. Request your time off early and place the trip on your calendar. Place it on your calendar, guys. Place it on the wall there, right there, right? You don't find time, you make room for what matters. Trust me, you will never find the time to do anything that matters, right? You have to make the room for what matters. Time must be protected before it can be enjoyed. Voila, there it is. Time must be protected before it can be enjoyed. I love that. Reason number three, they are afraid of the unknown. Some people fear flying. That's me. I fear of flying. I am claustrophobic. To be in an enclosed place that I'm not familiar with is disastrous for me. So every time I go flying, I go with my therapist daughter. I go with my daughter, who's a clinical therapist, and she will talk me out of my fear. But I always tell the people them that I am claustrophobic and I need to sit in front. So I always get the front seat. Once I go in and sit in front, I don't care what happens behind. I don't look behind. I don't turn back. I just sit there and stay focused on the ride, the flight. I read a book. I am on my phone. I listen to music or I do something. But I cannot sit in the back, halfway, or anything. I never tried it. I don't want to try it. I will never try it. I always get to sit in front. So some people are afraid of flying, getting lost, trying unfamiliar food, meeting new people, or visiting a place where the language and culture are different. Right now, I have a cousin. When I grow up, I want to be like her. She's in Japan right now. She was in Dubai a few months ago. She was in Paris. She was in England. She was in Jamaica. She was in Punta Cana. This woman is enjoying her life because when she was younger, she struggled. So now she has no one to bother her. Her husband passed away. She has no one to tell her no. And she has been traveling the world. So she said, Ohio from Japan. Fear tells them stay where everything is familiar. Why is that damaging? Why is that damaging? We are afraid of the unknown because fear can become a cage, and cages do not always have bars. The longer you avoid something, the bigger and more frightening it becomes. Eventually, you may stop dreaming altogether. Fear is a bad word. Fear is just a word. If we put fear into an action word, a verb, and we start frightening, that's when fear becomes powerful. I have a pastor, Errol Inchinali, a Lutheran pastor that I grew up with in Guyana. And when he comes to our house for my mom went back to Guyana, I was still living there. And his fear is this: I am claustrophobic, and many of you probably have all kinds of stuff, illness or fear or something of that sort. So I don't know how my dad is claustrophobic. He can't be in an elevator. He can't be in an enclosed place. He can't sit in the backseat of a car. And his is not as bad as mine. I can't go in anyone else's basement except mine. I cannot go in elevators if I'm not accustomed to it every day. In Manhattan, I work in tall buildings. I travel the elevators because I know the elevators. I'm there every day. I use it every day. At first, it was hard, but I get accustomed to it. Now, when my dad was sick and was in Ellis Hospital, I couldn't go up the stairs. He was on the top floor. I had to walk the stairs. I couldn't go up an elevator. Everybody, when they walk, I eventually meet up. Somehow I meet up there. Every time I go to my doctor's office, they're on the second floor. I walk the stairs because if I'm with my kids, I'm fine. My husband, I'm fine, and people that I know. But I cannot go in an elevator just like that. So going into the plane, doing this business, I have overcome, or past tense, overcame that fear. One trip to California, I had to take 6 flights, 3 planes to go and 3 planes to come back. So I've overcame that fear. When we sat down for lunch one day in our group meeting in Punta Cana, and my coach asked me, so they were talking about what is one breakthrough you have since you started this business? And I said, this breakthrough is not financially. This breakthrough is overcoming my fear of being claustrophobic. And I told her, and she's like, but Pat, you traveled to California. I said, this business has given me the courage to overcome my fears of claustrophobia, right? And I still can't be in a body of water. I've never gone on a cruise. I don't know how that is going to work out if I ever do that. But my sister gave me an option, my brother's wife, that let's plan a cruise trip, all the girls in the family. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I still haven't ventured that. I just overcame fear of flying. I went to Guyana for the first time, and to go, I was with my mom and my aunt, so I had two elderly people to take care of. This is a 2009, and I knew I had responsibility, so I put the fear aside and I battled that fear, right? So I had to take care of my aunt and my mom. Anyhow, I managed to go to Guyana. When they come back, I did not want to come in the plane. I was the last one to get into the plane, and the guy said, "Come on in before we left you out there." So I had to come and sit in the plane to come home, and that's my dilemma. That's my fear, but I overcame it. When I go to the resort and I'm in the elevator, my daughter is like, "Oh, mom, you're fine," and I all of a sudden I feel this panic attack, like this this cold fever start coming over you. That's the fear, how the fear builds up in me. And I said, my daughter is like, "Mom, I'm with you, right? Are you in danger?" I said, "No." She said, "Are you safe?" I said, "Yeah." She said that you're okay. I said, "I'm okay." She talks me out of it, and that's what you need, people around you like that when you encounter things like this. So I was telling you about this pastor that I grew up with. He came to my mom's house to do a Thanksgiving service. And every time he's doing the service, every time he's reading scripture and he's doing this and reading this and preaching and all that stuff, he's looking out at the street. He preaches and he looks out at the street. And I asked him afterward and I said, "Pastor, what's going on? Are you okay?" And he said, "Pat, I'll tell you something." Well, he know me as Cheryl. "Cheryl, I'll tell you something. I have a phobia. And every time I leave my house, if I don't have transportation, like a car waiting for me, I cannot go." So everybody is battling with something in their life, some sort of a fear, some sort of a phobia, some sort of an illness. It becomes an illness. And I said, "Oh my God." So we started conversating. And I said, when I was in Ghana, I didn't know that I had phobia. I knew that I scared to the lock when I'm having a shower in the bathroom. I don't close the bathroom because I always leave it ajar. And in my room, always our room is always left, not locked. And I didn't know that it's a big deal. I never knew it was a big deal until I come. Guyana is free. We didn't have tall buildings at that time when I was there. We didn't have elevators. We didn't have nothing. We were living so free. Everything is so spacious and free and fresh air and no locked up basement. When I get here and I had to go in elevators and stairs and basements and high buildings and all these things, and I feel like everything is caving in on me, right? So you no longer avoid something, the bigger and more frightening it becomes. Eventually, you may stop dreaming altogether. That means you're shutting yourself off of society. You're shutting yourself off of having fun, of traveling, of enjoying yourself. So I had to get rid of that fear. And I had to do what I had to do. That is why one of my goal in this business, because this business takes you all over the world, and I want to travel. I have a bucket list of countries that I want to go to. So I went to a few of them already. The solution: start close to home, research your destination, create a simple itinerary, and travel with someone you trust or just a reputable organized group. That is why I love to travel with my daughters, because I know they're the only one who understands me and can do anything for me. You don't have to eliminate every fear before taking your first trip. Courage does not mean you are never afraid. Courage means fear does not get to make every decision you make. Fear does not get to make every decision for you. Confidence often arrives after you take the first step. Remember number four. This is number four reason. They are waiting for someone else. Some people have postponed their dreams for years because their spouse, friends, or relatives are never ready, never available, or simply not interested. Every year they ask again. Every year they hear another excuse. And every year the dream is postponed. Why is that damaging? Because someone else's schedule begins controlling your life. You're placing your dreams inside another person's calendar and waiting for them to give you permission to live. Here's a solution for that: extend the invitation and give people a reasonable time to decide. If they cannot join you, consider reputable group trip or organize day tour or another safe travel option. I have my in-laws, my future in-laws, or what you guys say, stamdeens. Um, they're they're elderly Taiwanese couple, and they travel all over the place. They use Yankee trails. And I was like, oh my God, that is so awesome. The Solomon's dad is 85 and his mom is 70 something. And they use Yankee trails, and they went last week to a casino in downstate, and they went to watch Barbara Streisand singing. They get a free meal. They get stuff to play games. They watch her show, and the bus bring them back home safely. Yankee trails, guys. Use wisdom. Research carefully. Protect yourself. But stop abandoning your dreams because everybody else is not ready. Sometimes you must stop waiting for company and start becoming comfortable with your own courage. And that's something I need to conquer: traveling the world alone. I want to do that. Do you guys think I can do that? I think I can do that too. Remember number five, reason number five. They have a wish, but they don't have a plan. Everybody I wish to go to Dubai. I wish to go to Paris. I wish to go to London. I wish to go to Jamaica. I wish to go to the Maldives or Indonesia, Bali, right? Saying I want to travel someday sounds wonderful, but someday is not a date. There is no date on this calendar that says someday, right? There is no destination, no budget, no deadline, and no action attached to it. Why is that damaging? Because someday keeps moving. Every bill, emergency, distraction, and responsibilities gets handled first, while your dream remains at the bottom of the list. The solution: write down four things. Where do I want to go? When do I want to go? Write it down, guys. How much will it cost? How much must I save every week or month? Then take one action today. Open the travel account. You know, when I was working at the bank, people have Christmas accounts, they have rainy day funds, they have Thanksgiving account, they have mortgage account. They have so many accounts. And I was like, why do you? I was new. I have no knowledge of all these things. And I asked the lady, uh, why do people have all these accounts, like Christmas accounts and stuff? And one of the tellers told me that they have Christmas accounts because every week they put $100, $20, $25. So when Christmas time comes, they don't have to worry to buy gifts from their pocket. They have the money here already. And I was like, wow, that's nice. They have vacation account too. And I remember opening those for these people. And now you can have a vacation account, put $20, $10, $5, however you have it, put it in there every week, and it accumulates, it builds up, it adds up. Use that money for your vacation. So, how much I save every week or month? How much must I save every week or month? Then take one action today. Open the travel account, request time off, research the destination. You know what I used to do? As soon as New Year comes, I went back 2nd of January, 3rd of January to work. I take the calendar and I look for all the vacations and I schedule one day. If there's a vacation fall on a Friday, I schedule the day before or the day after. And the whole calendar, I use up all the vacations. And then I choose because I had 3 weeks, a month I had. I spread the one long one for July because I had 5, 6 birthdays in July for the 4th of July weekend. And I choose that week for a full week. Request time off, research the destination, book the day trip. A wish becomes a goal when you give it a date, and a goal becomes reality when you give it consistent action. So let's get back to the business connection now. Let's be honest. For many people, limited income and limited time are genuine barriers, right? That is one reason I became passionate about digital business. Not because it promises overnight success, not because everyone should suddenly quit their job. No, 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 no. But because learning valuable skills and building an additional stream of income can create more choices over time. More choices about how you work, more choices about how you use your time, and more choices about the experiences you can create for yourself and your family. If a lack of money or flexibility has been keeping your dreams on hold, perhaps it's time to learn about another possibility. Visit www.patriciapeters247.com and just register with your name and email. If you don't want to register, send me your email and your name. I will register you. You'll be getting an email from me telling you about the webinar, and you'll click the button and watch it. It's for free. After you finish watching and you find that you like what you see, you like what you hear, and you feel that this is something you can do on the side, then you join the business. You pay the 149. Once you get in, I will get an email that you're in, and I just invite you to the dream team. Make a coaching call with you, and we get you started in the business. It's as simple as that. Travel does not have to begin with a passport, stamp, a luxury hotel, or an expensive airline ticket. It begins with one decision: start where you are. Go where you can. Use what you have. But please do not allow your entire life to pass while you continue saying someday, because someday is not in 12-month calendar. The world is not only something to watch through somebody else's pictures, they are places to discover, cultures to experience, people to meet, and memories waiting to be created. Now tell me in the comments, which one, which of these five reasons has been holding you back? And where would you go if you finally stop waiting? I am Patricia Peters, and this has been Five Reasons with Pat. Five reasons, one honest conversation, right? Five reasons with one honest conversation. And that brings me to a wrap tonight. So if you're holding back and you're procrastinating and putting putting it on the back bench, putting it on the sidelines, when your kids want to travel the world with you, they want to have fun with you, they want to build memories with you. When you're looking at other people's picture and their vacation, they're vacationing in Texas, they're vacationing in Bali, they're vacationing all over the world, and you're there looking at them and you're like, oh my God, I wish. Start to go back to this program, read it over, listen to it properly, go on my Facebook, watch the replay, share it with your kids, share it with your husband, share it with your wife, and you guys sit down and plan your vacation. You know, someone started this business with me and she has three kids and she said she's never gone on a vacation. And that breaks my heart. You're living in America, you have three kids. You've been working all your life and you still haven't gone on a vacation. This business can take you places. All right? So if you look around and you find that there are no good human beings in this world, please be the first one to be kind, caring, and loving. With that being said, this is Chat with Pat signing off. Good night. Ciao for now. Bye. Thank you for being part of Chat with Pat. Until we meet again, keep believing, keep growing, and keep inspiring. God bless you. And remember, every conversation leaves a lasting impact. Looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Chat with Pat. Freedom in my veins can't be bought. Flexibility flows like gold in my hands. I'm the queen of the world, no one else commands. Late nights grinding, now it's paying off in sparks. Turn my hustle into what left my name on the charts. I don't clock in, I don't clock out.